Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? They've just finished the monster truck pull at World's Strongest Man. So I thought just to fill a bit of time in between the next event being set up, I could run through, a few things that have happened and any information that I have managed to get from people. From what it looks like, Hathor won his group in Group 1. He actually got the fastest truck pull time out of all competitors. I think he beat Brian Shaw just by a few seconds. But Brian and Hathor leading the pack there massively on the truck pull time. Luke Stoltman, really great for Luke to come second. Puts him in a really good spot. Luke's really good at stones, and everyone seems to be talking about who's he going to face if it comes to the stones in event 5. Raphael Gordzilic came in 3rd, Zake Malusi in 4th, and Rob Kearney in 5th. Now, a lot of people are saying, what's wrong with Rob? Has he hurt himself? I don't think he has. I just think those trucks were really difficult to pull. If you've managed to find any of the live stream footage on Instagram, if you follow, I think it's East Wolf Style, then you'll notice that everyone was struggling. People like JF Caron were struggling, Loz was struggling. It's not always down to the weight of the truck. Sometimes it's down to the tyres. And as you can see from the giant monster truck, the tyres are huge, the grip's pretty big, so it's going to make it a much more difficult pull. Group 2, looking at Group 2, we've got Konstantin Janasha, who won that group, Robert Oberst with a close second, on Andreas Stahlberg in 3rd, Adam Bishop 4th, and Sigfus Fostal in 5th. I'm hearing that Sigfus has potentially injured himself. I don't know how bad it is, but I've heard that he isn't 100%. So stay tuned for more news on that. It's not great when athletes hurt themselves, especially on the first event, because it just makes the whole show a hell of a lot more difficult. Especially this year with it being completely filmed over 4 days. Normally the qualifiers would be a week and then they'd have a few days rest and then they'd film the finals. But this year they're doing everything in 4 days, meaning there's no break between the qualifying heats and the finals. So even for the athletes that do make the final, they will have already competed for 2 if not 3 days, and then they're going to go straight into 6 events on Sunday. So it's going to be very interesting to see how people fare on Sunday and how much energy they've still got left in the tank, not having had the normal break that their bodies are used to for recovery. Especially after some of these events, like, we're hearing the yoke is going up to 600 kilos in the next event. So that's really going to put some people's backs out, I would guess. Looking at event Group 3 for the truck pull, Eddie Williams, bit of a surprise for people maybe. I wasn't sleeping on Eddie. I heard he was good at a tank pull in Australia, but I hadn't seen much of him prior to this event in terms of like worlds and bigger competitions. But he smashed that event. He's top of the pack after event 1, with Martins Lisis very closely behind in 2nd place. Avars Smokstelis is 3rd, Tom Stoltman 4th, and Mikhail Shivlyakov in 5th. It's hard to say where people would, or you expect people to fall. I would have expected Mikhail to be a bit higher up, and maybe Tom, but again, it's very difficult to tell with the guys. They're all so closely, they're also very close in strength, so it's a tough one to call. Everyone likes to think they're an expert, even myself, but I've been proven wrong because I had Rob coming second in the group after event 1, and he's 5th. So it does go to show, we can all have our bit of banter online, but no one really knows what's going to happen until the big day. Group 4, we've got Mateusz Kiliskowski. Most people assumed he would come top of his group. JF Caron in 2nd. Kevin Fairs in 3rd. Shocked me. Kevin's one of the lighter guys, so you'd assume, weight moves weight. The bigger guys would be better at truck pulling or monster truck pulling. And Kevin's done great there to get into 3rd place after the first event. Lawrence Charlet in 4th and Ollie Martin Christiansen in 5th. I'm hearing news here and there from people that Lawrence has potentially hurt himself. I can't say how good or bad that is. Obviously, it's not great. It's not putting him out of the competition, as far as I'm aware. Hopefully, it's something the guys there can work on ASAP, because going from that into the heavy farmers, it's 160 kilos into one yoke and then into the other yoke. it's going to be tough, especially if you've got that in the back of your mind. So fingers crossed Loz is good, and he can pull through for event 2, because they're really going to need these points now. And that was his best event. His next event is his best event. So fingers crossed, being that good at it, it will still hold him in good stead into day 2. Group 5, we've got Brian Shaw took the lead on that one. Big surprise, not. Alexei Novikov came second. This is the guy who we all said was a newish character to this sort of level of competition. He's won a few of the Arnold shows, and he also did really well at the Arnold Classic, the final Ohio Arnold Classic, which is, you know, it's pretty heavy stuff. So the guy's not mucking around, and he's here to do well. And I see him definitely making the final, and I would not write him off of the podium. He's going to be one of the biggest upsets. He is the new Mateusz Kieliszkowski of 2019. That's how I'm going to put it. He is the next guy that you guys will be hearing more about. Third place, Gerhard van Staden. Very good for him. Coming in for South Africa, I think third place, he'll take that. That's a good result for him. Trey Mitchell the third in fourth, and Mark Felix in fifth. I don't believe Mark completed the course, but a lot of people were struggling. It's not an easy event. It looked great from the video footage that I saw. I'm not a big monster truck expert or anything, but it would have been nice to see Bigfoot. It's one of the classic monster trucks from the 80s, if you're a bit old like me. It's a big blue monster truck, but they had Gold Digger and Monster Jam, so it's pretty cool. I think the event looked good. It looked the part, and the crowd. What a great crowd for Strongman. Having it in America clearly shows the fan base is out to support the show. I hope it looks really good for the TV. But I just wanted to just do a really quick run-through video just to talk about it, because it's all very well me sort of sharing bits and pieces, but I don't know. I want to talk to someone about this because it's my favourite thing. I might try and do a live chat with Cale Beck from Starting Strongman, both of us on at the same time. So if people have got any questions, or if they want to see us have a bit of to and fro and a bit of banter about what's happening, what we think's going to happen, we may give that a shot a bit later on, possibly on Instagram rather than Facebook, just to try and sort of spread things out a bit. But what time is it now? It's coming up 6:30 in the UK, so America is 5 or 6 hours behind us, so they must be coming up now for about 2 o'clock, something like that. So it won't be long now until they're going to hit event 2. They're going to need to rattle through this, because 5 groups, everyone doing everything on the same day. They want to be wrapped up by sort of 5 o'clock-ish, really, so the guys can get home, get fed, rested up, and then start again for day 2. So I just thought I'd have a quick chat with everyone. Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's enjoying World's Strongest Man. Yes, there's no live feed, no official live feed, but I'll do my best to share photographs, scores. I'm not going to put too many videos out there. I don't want to upset too many people, because they don't like it when I do too much stuff. Same as the other guys. I mean, it's supposed to be a show for Christmas and a show for CBS Sports. So if I see something that's great, and I'll use it to help share the information, but I can't be sharing a million videos from all different sources, because I don't know, I've done a lot of that now, and I think it's a little bit disrespectful. I'm going to try and rein it in a bit and you know, treat the show as it should be treated. I'd love to have gone, but I just couldn't trust myself out there with a camera. It just would be impossible. So I'm going to have my fun from home. I'm going to put everything together in terms of scores and the events, and hopefully all of you guys will enjoy it with me. Tomorrow I've got to go out for the day at work, so I'm not going to be able to be as sort of online during the day, so I'm going to be out of action till 6 o'clock maybe. So I'm probably going to miss the first event, so don't worry if I haven't posted anything. Other guys are posting. You know, you'll get the information somehow. Saturday is a lockdown day. I'm not going anywhere, so Saturday is just for the last man standing stones. So there's only one event on Saturday, so that hopefully won't take up the whole day. And then Sunday's the final, and I've got my niece's christening, which is really great. Starting at 2:30, I believe, and I think that's probably roughly around the time when the final starts. So let's hope the church has got some Wi-Fi. But no, jokes aside, I'll be at the christening, and then once the christening is over, I'll be cracking on with World's Strongest Man. There's absolutely no way I'm missing the final. Thoughts on who's going to win? Hafthor just looks so strong, so consistent. Based on previous placings, everyone's got Thor down to win, but that would be the obvious choice. And yeah, he may win, but I'd like to throw a few other names in there. I think Brian Shaw, with the events they've picked, he's got a very, very good chance of making his 5th title. I think Alexei Novikov's going to place a lot higher than people give him credit for, if they even know who he is. Mateusz Kiliskowski, people are saying, he might make the final, but he's not very good at the squat. Well, someone sent me a squat video of his, and let's be honest, I think the globe, sort of the big globe squat that they do in the final, anyone who's going to hit 10 reps plus is going to place pretty well. I think Zadrunas won it a few years ago with 15 reps. Eddie did a similar amount of reps in 2017. I'm not sure if they've upped the weight at all, but I've had a video of Mateusz doing 8 reps on roughly the weight they'll be using, and it was easy. And he had loads left in the tank. So if people are writing off Mateusz's squat, I think you'll be wrong. I think you'll be surprised. He's worked really hard on it. He really wants the title this year. He did so well last year. It was pretty much him and Thor back and forth, and that loading medley was a great event. They were so close. But yeah, that's just my ramblings, my few ideas on what's happening and what's going to happen. But I'm excited for an upset. I'm excited for anything to happen. I just think World's Strongest Man's great. I wish there was more, not necessarily a full live stream, but I wish Worlds had someone maybe with a bit more experience with the camera to sort of share some more stuff. I know they don't want everything leaked, because that's the whole idea, is they have a show which will be on CBS Sports 2 weeks after the final. So 2 weeks from Sunday, I think it's the 17th. No, not the 17th. Was it going to be like the 21st or something? It's going to be out on CBS Sports. So it's not going to be, that's not right either, but it's not going to be too much longer from when it finishes that it'll be on telly. In England, I'm guessing we've still got to sit it out till Christmas. It is something we've always watched at Christmas in the UK. We do love the show, but what about the other countries? What about, France? What about Poland? What about Australia, South Africa? All the countries that compete. I don't see why they can't find a way to let the guys watch it, whether it's on a live stream or a paid stream. People like us, we would probably pay 20 quid, 30 pounds, $50. I'm not sure what the figure would be, but people would happily pay to watch the show live or now, or get to at least watch the CBS version a little bit earlier, because we're all going to watch it again at Christmas. You will. So, and be honest, it's so long away, you may have even forgotten not who the winner was, but some of the other placings and how the events unfolded. So I'm going to go now, get ready to start sort of sharing event 2. Hopefully it's a good battle, and hopefully the guys that are potentially injured are healing up well and are going to be ready. But I just thought I'd say hi. Hope everyone's having a great day. Doesn't really feel like a Thursday because World's Strongest Man's on. It feels like a weekend. But yeah, I'll do what I can to share everything, and hope everyone has a great evening. Speak to you soon. Bye.